How many of you out there, raise your hand if you have a copy machine in your office? Well, if you're in the working world, you have a copy machine. I've got a copy machine.
I have a copy machine.
And you know, they put you on leases, or you buy them, and then at the end of the thing they get sort of worn out, and you take the copy machine, which you use generally to scan, and you give it back to them, or you throw it away. Boy, 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 are you going to have a surprise now.
Yeah, the problem is, and what you're alluding to, is that we just found out, and maybe you've seen recently, that your copy machines in your office has a hard drive, just like your computer apparently. And this little hard drive is a memory device. And what the hard drive does is it captures images of all those things that you scan across it. So if you scan your medical bills, if your doctor scans his or her medical records for you, if your lawyer scans records, if any records get scanned that have your personal information,
well, like your
guess
credit
what?
card
They get
bills.
copied there. Your credit card bills, anything like that. If you take a naked tushy and you put it on top there, that gets saved in there. So your naked tushy gets saved onto this hard drive.
What you're telling me would be disgusting if it's yours.
Well, I was thinking about yours and it was disgusting, but that's a different thing. So you take all of these images and all this personal information, and with all of this personal information theft that we talk about today, and they say that's one of the highest increasing crimes, I guess, the most increasing crimes these days, is identity theft. So what are we doing? I guess we're making it easy for these crooks to get our information, and we didn't even know it because it's on your copy machine.
And we've had copy machines for years in the office, and Jameson's very intelligent, and he didn't know it. And I wonder how many of you out there have a copy machine with a scanner in it that's got a hard drive that you ever thought that when you got rid of the machine, that all your private data would go out to the world.
Never occurred to me.
And
Absolutely never occurred
those
to me.
people who own those copy companies never told any of us.
No.
And if they did, it was in such fine print that even with magnifying glasses you couldn't see it.
Well, what's funny is I was watching a news report the other night, and they had an interview of someone who I think was a vice president of Sharp Copiers or Sharp something, and the interviewer was asking this guy, this vice president, said, well, have you done a good job, has the industry done a good job of making sure that the consumers, those of us that buy copy machines or use copy machines, know about this hard drive issue and know that everything's being copied and saved and all of these things? And I suppose to his credit, he responded, he said, no, I don't think we're doing such a great job because most people don't know about it.
Well, they're not doing any job.
Well, they're not doing any job.
We talked to our copy repair guy today who said, oh, nobody knows about it,
right.
Which I thought was
Well, then he also said, well, there's no way to access it, but I don't think that's actually true. But then the same guy, this vice president of Sharp, I think, says, he's asked, well, is there a feature that can actually delete it and all that? He said, yes, there is. And it only costs an extra $500, $500 to actually put on and turn on. So I guess they can do it, but they just don't.
Well, I guess the best way to do is find where a little sucker is, get a hammer, take the little sucker out, and smash the heck out of it.
Sure, but then you give it back at the end of your lease or whatever, and they charge you $5,000 for that little hard drive. So what do you do? I mean, we're bringing this up, and it's an interesting issue, but it also gets some legal issues. I mean, where's the liability?
Invasion of privacy.
Invasion of privacy, what?
Great class action. Maybe we should go back and talk about it. Okay. Why don't we go to start off with April? We've been asking people to call in, and the calls are backing up. We got 6 calls about whether the Lakers are going to win. We got 2 calls about whether or not the Dodgers are going to break their streak.
And what happened to LeBron? And I don't know.
All right. So
okay.
why don't we go to Santa Monica and take April.
What can we do for you, April?
Can you hear me?
You bet.
You're coming over loud and clear.
Tell us what's up, April.
Hello?
You're on the air, babe.
Hi. Yeah, I have a problem because I'm on Social Security disability. It's not really a problem, but I'm going to get an inheritance here real soon, a couple months or so.
How much money are you getting?
The problem is that I'm real afraid that I'll lose my disability when the money runs out.
How much inheritance are you getting?
How much?
Yeah.
Oh, about $100.
$50,000?
Yeah.
50,000 or 5,800?
Well, I'm not sure. That's how much I know.
Okay. Well, that's a big difference. But whether it's 5,000 or 50,000, you probably are going to have an adverse effect on your Social Security benefits. That's something that you're going to need to check.
No. You think she'd have a? Oh, are you old enough also to get regular Social Security
Disability.
or are you only?
No.
No. So you're getting disability.
Right, but you're getting Social Security disability. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So the disability benefits that you've got must have some type of limitation on how much money you can either have in assets or in income. Do you know what those numbers are?
Oh, well, probably what I'm getting, it's going to be higher than what they, want. I think it's something like $2,000 that you can have.
Okay.
In the bank.
Well, there are people around, lawyers, that actually deal in this type of issue, Social Security disability benefits, and what can be done to actually protect your benefits and keep your benefits and still get inheritance and that type of thing.
And we get this problem a lot of people in accident cases who are on disability, have an accident, are going to get a large settlement,
right,
and whether or not that would knock them out of getting their disability benefits. So,
and one of the things you can do with that, and maybe this is where you're going with it, is a special needs trust. There's a concept or what they call a product called a special needs trust that you can potentially utilize in your situation, but you need to talk to a lawyer that can set it up for you. And if it's good for you, if it works for you, then what happens is, in general, is the money that you get, let's say the inheritance, gets placed into a trust, which means into an account that you don't have direct access to. You get to keep your benefits because you're disabled, and then there's also a trustee, somebody who's responsible for giving you extra money from that special needs trust at a time when you need it. It might work for you. We don't know without really talking about all the details, but there are lawyers that can help you with that. And if you want to give us a call when we're off the air at the same number you just called, but do it after 5 o'clock, 800-405-4222, and we can give you a referral to a couple of lawyers that do that. Hopefully you'll like one of them and see if they can help you out on it.
Okay, great.
All right.
I didn't know.
This happens a lot.
Information.
This is a problem that happens a lot, and there are ways to solve it within the law where you can get your inheritance and not lose your disability. So, great question, great suggestion, Jameson. Give him a call after 5, leave a name and number, and he'll call you back to try and get you someplace and give you a specific answer.
Okay, April?
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet. Good luck to you.